Right, so this is the story of fantastic beasts and where to find them, as far as I understand it. So we start with a bunch of flying newspapers telling us some important information, mainly about Grindelwald, who is attacking a bunch of places. Yeah, basically the newspapers are saying he's really evil. In fact, he's so evil they decided to have him played by a real-life domestic abuser. Pretty good casting. After that, the story actually begins. This is Newt Scamander, a man who comes from merry old England to New York. He's carrying a suspicious case with him and he goes through customs. Anything to declare? Only that I'm a wizard. What? Wait, no, obliviate. Sorry, I keep doing that. Right, that's your mind wiped. Where was I? Whoopsie, dropped my bag. I'm a bit of a clumsy wizard sometimes, sorry. Wizard? Whoops, sorry, obliviate again. On his way to Arizona, Newt starts wandering through New York. Knowing full well that he has a beast in his suitcase that is attracted to gold and shiny objects, he decides to wait outside a bank and not watch his suitcase. He accidentally bumps into a muggle with the exact same case as him and they accidentally swap cases. Don't you hate it when that happens in movies? I do. So the Niffler escapes and starts niffling. Newt manages to catch it and he puts it back in captivity, where it clearly doesn't want to be, because he's a really nice jailer, I guess. Meanwhile, the muggle has escaped. Who are you? I'm Newt. I'm poor Patina, but you can call me Tina, because that's actually a real name. The muggle ran off. We call them nomads. Okay, well, I pointed my wand at him, and you're what? Oh, you mean your whizzy stick, I see. But you just let him escape? You must be the clumsiest man I've ever met. I'm not that clumsy. Avada Kedavra. Whoopsie, what the hell? Just killed that guy. So, sorry, when I sneeze it sounds like I'm saying Avada Kedavra. Oh, I've done it again. It's fine, I'll obliviate them. That solves everything usually. Meanwhile, Kowalski the No-Wiz has the case of magical creatures, and you might be thinking, oh god, now he's going to open it and all of the beasts are going to escape. Well, you'd be wrong, because all the beasts escape without him even having to open it. Which makes you wonder why he needed to have the case in the first place. Newt and Tina find Kowalski and she takes them back to her home, where they find her sister Queenie. They have a chat over dinner. We should obliviate him. He'll be obliviated in a bit, but he will be obliviated, right? Yes, we'll obliviate him. Obliviate, 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 obliviate. Oh wait, get back in the case. When the girls have gone to sleep, Newt goes into the case and Kowalski follows. And they make a joke about the fat man struggling to fit inside the case because of course they do. Newt shows Kowalski some of his beasts. This is a Trangled Wrathborn. This is a Gartelplater. Wow, that looks like the cross between a lion and a pufferfish. Who would have thought such a being could exist? Oh, that's not a magic being, that's just a failed experiment, I'm afraid. I am in so much pain. And this monster is a giraffe. You know of them? Well, yeah, I mean, they aren't magic, are they? Well, look close. You may not have realized, but they have really long necks. Magic. Okay. So they head off to find the escaped creatures. They catch the Niffler again, because apparently it had escaped again, and they find a giant hippo thing, and the giant hippo monster starts trying to have funny sex with the funny man, but it's stopped just in time and put in the case. Newt and Tina are taken off by Makusa, where they speak to Percival Graves. One of your teachers argued against your expulsion from Hogwarts. Now tell me, Mr. Scamander, why did Albus Dumbledore like you so much? Hey, who the hell is this? Dumbledore liked me and only me, you idiot. I'm sorry, this is one of my creatures. It seems to have escaped from its book. Get back in. Nobody likes you. No, you're in the Potterverse. It's all about me. It's called the Wizarding World. Now, go away. So Newt and Tina are sentenced to death rather quickly, and we go to the execution scene. Hooray! The film is a lot darker than some of the Harry Potter films, which is odd considering the book it's based on was released for something called comic relief. Personally, I hope the series does the opposite of the Harry Potter series and gets lighter and more childlike as it goes on. They don't get executed, and they all head off to find the final beasts found in Macy's. There's this giant snake thing, and Newt's like, find me a teapot. Jeez, a teapot? Okay. Half an hour later, I found a teapot. Great, the snake can shrink to fit into any space. Let's put it into the teapot. So they do. Phew. Cover the spout. What? No, seriously, cover the spout. Surely it can get out through the spout. Nah. Wait, why did it have to be a teapot? Wouldn't any container have done the job? Yeah, I guess. Teapots are everywhere, though. Well, in England, maybe. So everything was wrapped up and... No, it turns out that I was the obscure all along. Oh god, I forgot to mention this guy because he didn't have anything to do with the plot until now. But yeah, he's the villain of the film now, okay? He's part of the Second Salemers, who are not a band. They hate witches and wizards, which is weird because they look like they're from the Addams family or something. So Credence starts exploding and being moody. Oh really? You call that being a moody teenager? I was the moodiest teenager of them all. Get back in your book, Harry. Newt and Graves try to save the kid, but he's killed by the government immediately. Hooray for a kids' movie. But then Graves is revealed to be Johnny Depp all along. Sorry, Colin Farrell, you're out of a job. Yes, this whole time I was Grindelwald. You should have known. The clues were right in front of you the whole time. Wait, do that again? No, it's a perfect anagram, trust me. Then Newt uses magic rain stuff to make everyone forget everything, and presumably cause massive brain damage in most of New York's population. So Newt starts heading off to England with a rope around his case now, which he could have just done from the beginning. Well, goodbye. I'll send you a manuscript when I'm done. Oh, shall I read you a passage from it now? Fantastic beasts and where to find them. Fantastic beast number 1, the globble globble. Where to find them? In my suitcase. Fantastic beast number 2, the nogical handle panther. Where to find them? In my suitcase, if it hasn't escaped. Fantastic beast number 3. Okay, that's enough. I hope you get back to England safely. Say hi to Queen Elizabeth for me. She's been dead for 300 years. Oh, I see. And finally, Kowalski is doing well as a baker after having his mind wiped. Where'd you get your ideas for your pointlessly shaped bread? I don't know. The animals are very inventive, thank you. Like, I think that an imagination that could come up with such creatures should be hailed as a genius. Okay. And then Queenie shows up, and it looks like he recognises her. Obviously, the direct implication there is that the Obliviate spell didn't work very well, and so the entirety of New York is about to remember what magic is, and the whole wizarding community is now in danger. But for some reason, it's played as a happy ending, because these guys love each other, I guess? Ugh, whatever. The end.